I have been kind of dreading filming this video, but here we go. As you probably already know, because I made a bunch of videos about it and I can't shut up about it, I went on Erasmus last semester to Belgium, to Antwerp. Right on the first day there, I just decided to film my whole experience in a series of videos that I called thoughts on Erasmus, and I always added like the day, like day 1, day 20, day 40, blah blah blah. And I just kind of like summarized my thoughts from the day or week, and I thought I could look back at it. Sometimes I go on my Instagram to like check some videos or rewatch them because I really like them or miss them, whatever. And these I have been successfully avoiding because I don't know, now that I look at like some pictures and videos from Erasmus, it does make me feel sad and nostalgic. And I'm avoiding that. So today we're gonna take a look at all of them. I don't really know how many I made. I think on average I made one every 2 weeks and I was there for 5 months. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna sit more on the side so I can put the videos up here so you can see them properly in case you haven't yet. Oh no, I already see all the reels from Erasmus. Ay, 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 ay. Okay, thoughts on Erasmus day 1. I technically just started my Erasmus experience because I just moved in today. I came like 4 hours ago. And can we just take a moment to talk about my hair? The thing is, for the first in my life, I cut like a whole fringe. I didn't take a hair dryer with me. It was very, very wild. One thing I keep thinking about is that I don't want to miss out on anything. And why is that? Because my room is kind of close to the entrance, so I keep hearing people coming and talking, and I also already met some people and I like introduced myself. But the thing is that they know some people, like some people already know each other, and so for me it's like, what if I'm gonna miss something? What if everybody introduces themselves and then they'll leave me out? And I know it's such a stupid fear because I'm not worried that I'm not gonna make friends, but it's just this like momentary feeling because I keep hearing people in the hallway in the kitchen, but I don't have an excuse to go out there just because then I don't want to just stand there and hang out. So oh my god, I remember this so well. I was feeling such a rush and also kind of like being pulled to multiple sides or directions because I wanted to be so bad part of like the people there and get to know them and everything. But on the other hand, I was still kind of like shy. Erasmus really opened me up. I have to say, I feel like I'm way more social right now. And I kept hearing people in the hallway or in the kitchen and everything, and I was always like kind of listening, because I was like, what's happening? What's going on? I want to know everything. Such a baby. These are my thoughts on Erasmus day 12. I can't believe I'm already saying day 12 because like everything is going so fast. On one hand, I feel like I arrived yesterday, but then talking to people, I feel like they're I love my hair in this one. My best friends now at this point, and we've known each other for years. It kind of makes me think about like the 5 months ahead and how everything's gonna go, and especially the moment everything ends and we're gonna all go home. I'm gonna see, this was day 12 and I was already thinking about the end, and I knew it was going to be difficult. Literally, I was there not even for 2 weeks and I immediately felt this amazing strong connection with the people there, and I knew I was going to be sad leaving them. It's so crazy because you keep hearing about those stories from Erasmus, how amazing it is and everything, but you don't really understand that until you live it and you're like, oh, so this is what everyone has been talking about. Wrecked. I know that already. I'm trying to already prepare myself for that, even though I know it's too far away. And I have to say, I just love it here. I love it. Being around people, being with people, doing stuff all the time. Like I haven't stopped for a moment so far. Also, my routine is completely off. There wasn't one night that I would go to bed before midnight, which is extremely unusual for I was struggling so bad in the beginning because before that I was used to going to bed at 10 or maybe 11 or something, and here like it was so difficult because every day, especially in the beginning, there were some parties and hangouts and plans, and I was going to bed really late. Also, since I had the noisy street right under my window and the kitchen on the other side, it was tough to fall asleep because people were up, obviously, again, especially in the beginning because everyone was just meeting and talking and getting to know each other. And I was like, okay, this one night I want to sleep. And then I went to bed and I couldn't, obviously, because there was so much noise and there was the struggle of FOMO. Because, on the other hand, I wanted to be with the people and have fun, but I knew that if I don't sleep for longer period of times, like for a couple of days, I'm gonna be struggling mentally, and I was very worried about that.
Just last night, I tried to go to bed at 10:30 and then I couldn't fall asleep because there was a lot of noise. I woke up at 10:30 in the morning, which is also a huge indicator of my life here because I'm not that person. I wake up at 7, 8, maybe 9 a.m. usually, but my body is so exhausted that it just needs to rest so bad.
It's so funny though, because even now, like, yeah, like for example, yesterday I woke up at 8 a.m., but when I arrived here, I was also waking up at like 9, 10, 10:30, which me before Erasmus was like, absolutely not. I can't sleep past maybe 9. And now, I don't know, now I think it's kind of mixed. Video number 3, day 22.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus day 22. I have 3 things I want to say today. Being sick sucks. Saying yes to everything is great. And school is way more difficult than I thought. I've been sick for like a week and a half and it seems like I'm not getting any better anytime soon. Like it always gets a little bit better and then I am worse again. But the thing is, like, everyone is sick. It's kind of traveling in between us, so I don't think I'm missing that many things. And then besides that, like, I'm trying to say yes to everything, even if I had some plans for myself.
The FOMO in the beginning was huge. And I remember talking about it with specifically one other girl, and she was like, I have it so much. I have to go everywhere. Like, she was so tired at some point, but she was like, I have to go everywhere. I can't say no. I was like, girl, you need to rest.
If somebody asks me about something, if they want to hang out, go for a walk, I will just say yes because I know that it's just for now. And in 5-6 months, I'm gonna think about this and I'm gonna be like, yes, like I did everything I could. I didn't say no to things. I mean, you don't have to go to everything, but I'm trying to do as much as I can.
But to be honest, I don't regret one single yes or outing. Like, literally, when I think about it, I'm so glad I went everywhere I did, because really Erasmus is so specific for this, because you really have limited time at the place with the people and even the activities. Like, I had an opportunity to do so many things, like play volleyball, bike around, and all these things that, for example, right now I don't have. And so, good thing I was aware of that and I did them as much as I could, like I said.
Third thing is, like, I have to prepare for classes every day, every week, and it's more difficult than I thought because some people who went on Erasmus, like a lot of people say it feels like a vacation, and I don't agree with that, and it's just like a third week of classes and of being here, and I do feel like that.
Okay, now thinking back, it was a vacation, to be honest, because I had to prepare for the classes, but just to like read texts, honestly. Mostly in the beginning it was maybe the worst, the most busy, and for one specific class I had to prepare every week. I had to like analyze and compare 2 texts, but I think I only did that for 5 or 6 weeks. Then we had Easter break, and after that I didn't have this class anymore. I just wrote a paper, but it was more difficult in the sense of maybe content, but it depended on the class, to be honest. I was happy with the system they had there in the end, because I had a lot of free time during the semester. Whereas here in Madrid, like I said, I literally have like 4 projects that I have to do this week, and we mostly have a project for every class or like an assignment for almost every week. I don't have that much free time.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus day 30. Making new friends kind of feels like
The way I said 30, I was like, oh my god, time is flying by.
Dating in a sense, because like you meet someone, you're kind of excited because you feel like you have a lot to talk about and it's exciting and new, but then as you go on you get to know that person more and more, and some of the people you talk to initially you might not talk in the future. You might kind of like quote unquote drop them because you feel like that person doesn't really fit the criteria or the feeling that you want from your friend. But then it's so exciting and makes me so happy to deepen the friendships with the people I really do connect with. Again, it makes me think about the end of this experience and how I'm gonna have to say goodbye to them. Hopefully with some of them we're gonna visit each other, but I have to say I am truly grateful for the people I have in my dorm I met here. It's so nice to see people appreciate you and then you appreciate them. And also, the city of Antwerp is so much prettier when the sun is out. These last couple of days we've had a little bit of sun and it changes things so much. I wish I had more time today to just sit outside, grab a coffee and read on a terrace of a cafe, but unfortunately I was doing stuff for school this morning. Now I have class and a lot of other things, so it's gonna have to wait for another day.
This is hilarious because I arrived to Antwerp in February. If I remember correctly, it was raining a lot. It was kind of cold, not that bad, but very gray, very cloudy, like absolutely no sun. And then when the sun came out, like the first few times, I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And again, can we appreciate my hair? Day 35, I was sick again.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus.
Dramatic entrance.
Day 35. As you can see or hear, I'm sick again, which sucks so bad because I've literally been sick like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I've never just fully recovered from like the last.
Yeah, because I was still going out and drinking and not sleeping. What do you expect?
Since my routine here is completely different, like my lifestyle is different, my body doesn't like it, it's fighting in this way, I guess. And it does make me stressed because I have things to do for university, but like I don't feel good enough to go to classes, to do assignments and whatever I'm supposed to do for university.
You know, I'm such a nerd. I always go to classes. I always don't want to miss unless it's the first week of the semester because past few semesters I've always come a little bit late. I don't know, it really makes me feel stressed. And then when I look around, people just don't go to classes and I don't know if they actually pass, I suppose, because otherwise they would have learned that lesson, no?
Also have a choir rehearsal tonight, which
choir. I forgot about choir.
If I'm gonna go to because I don't feel good, but it's really bad to miss out on the rehearsals, I guess. Anyways,
I think I did go in the end.
Say or share was that
but I wasn't singing. I was just like sitting there like opening my mouth. But you know, I could still learn because I could watch the conductor and make notes in my scores and stuff like that.
I'm not watching anything here, like in general, like movies or series. Usually I have like one show per semester, but for some reason here I don't have the time and space for that. Well, just today I started watching the show called One Day.
Oh, that killed me.
I was so excited to watch it, but it's only because I'm sick.
The church bells, it just brings me back.
Because I've literally been sick like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think I've never just fully recovered from like the last sickness. And then since my routine here is completely different, like my lifestyle is different, my body doesn't like it, it's fighting in this way, I guess. And it does make me stressed because I have things to do for university, but like I don't feel good enough to go to classes, to do assignments and whatever I'm supposed to do for university. Also have a choir rehearsal tonight, which I don't know if I'm gonna go to because I don't feel good, but it's really bad to miss out on the rehearsals, I guess. Anyways, what I wanted to say or share was that I realized I'm not watching anything here, like in general, like movies or series. Usually I have like one show per semester, but for some reason here I don't have the time and space for that. Well, just today I started watching the show called One Day, which is new. I was so excited to watch it, but it's only because I'm sick. Here are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 44. I just came back from a run, that's why I look like this all red. And I have to say, I've known this for a long time now, but the people you surround yourself with make you into who you are because you kind of adapt their habits, even their like personalities. And so in this way, you can be, I guess, better or worse, depends. Today, it just made me really happy because I have a lot of people around me here that are very like active and sporty, and I love that because I'm in that way too. But sometimes, you know, I don't get motivated, I don't feel like doing anything. And since I've seen the people here go for runs so many times and talk about it and be so happy about it, I was like, I have to do it too, finally. So I guess the message of today is be careful with who you let into your space because it does make a difference.
Yeah, I've been realizing that a lot, becoming older and older. And this specifically, I remember my my dorm mate, I guess, a girl who was like living right in the room next to me, was going for runs a lot. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm in lazy ass and I have to get up and start doing something. Because I don't remember if I was going to volleyball back then. I think I was.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 48.
I just came back
from an amazing weekend away with the choir that I sing in. It's like a university choir, and I signed up very randomly because like a guy who was in last semester messaged me and told me about it. So I joined, and it's been an amazing experience. We were away for the weekend to rehearse because we have an upcoming concert in a month and a half, and so we really needed to practice and get to know each other. And it was such a great weekend. I felt like a part of something great. And so I just wanted to say, if there's some things you can join the university, whether it's like an extracurricular activity or like some kind of event, volunteering, anything, just join because it's a great opportunity to learn something new and meet new people. It is terrifying in the beginning, but
I was so scared to go to the first choir rehearsal, or not even rehearsal, like an audition, but I was so glad that I did. And really, I would recommend research if your university, whether it's home university or your Erasmus university, just look at what they offer. Really, just go through the website and look for everything. I know with my university here in Madrid, it's kind of, I don't know for what reason, but difficult to find things. But then I realized they exist. Like I took cooking classes in that way. I participated in a school 5 kilometer run. What else did I do? I signed up for like sports classes, and it's fun, and you meet new people and you have experiences.
I was so scared when I had to like audition for the choir and go there by myself, not knowing anyone. But now, especially after the weekend, I gained so many new friends. I had an amazing experience, a great weekend. And if I haven't taken up the opportunity, this wouldn't have happened. So go and sign up for everything you can.
I came back really happy from that weekend.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 49. I actually filmed an update yesterday. I was like very excited, very happy, in a great mood because I just had an amazing weekend. But yesterday evening and today during the day, for the first time, I was feeling really down. I think it's just that the long-term exhaustion is getting to me. Honestly, at this point, I feel like it's also affecting my mental health. I was really...
See, this is what I was talking about. Sleep really does affect my mental health well-being. I don't remember why I was feeling the way I was feeling. Maybe I honestly didn't even know, and I was just tired and overwhelmed.
Sad yesterday for no like particular reason, just like a lot of things together. I was getting stressed about university because I feel like I'm not doing enough, I'm not investing time in it because there's something always happening and I always want to be there. So I've been struggling a little bit recently with trying to balance everything, and like I said, with being tired, but to the point where I wake up in the morning and I still don't feel well rested. I feel like a heavy, kind of like a dark cloud over me right now. I don't remember it's nothing that serious, but I know that my body is telling me slow down, take a breath, rest. So I'm gonna try to sleep tonight, hopefully even tomorrow, like go to sleep early to get some energy and good quality sleep. But I just wanted to like, you know, show and capture this moment as well, because so far I feel like it's been very positive, which is true and authentic and great, but I want to make it as accurate as possible. So that's why I'm also sharing kind of maybe this moment that's not as glamorous.
Yeah, I really don't have recollection of that moment, but I'm glad I shared it. I feel like there's two sides of Erasmus. The first, where you show and say everything is great, everything is amazing, I'm doing this and this and that. And then there's the other side, which is kind of post Erasmus, where everyone just shares, I miss everyone, it's so sad, I'm crying. There's really nothing in between.
Here are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 60. Let's talk about the hookup culture. I think I kind of knew about it before I went on Erasmus because my friends who have been on Erasmus told me, but there is a hookup culture for sure. I think it's just because there's so many opportunities, to be honest, because you meet so many new people daily, you hang out with them all the time, and it's also because like you kind of have similar interests because you're both, or like all of you are on Erasmus, you probably love traveling, languages, learning new cultures, so there's already like things you have in common, and it's kind of easy to connect then. There are a good amount of people who come on Erasmus and they are in a relationship, and some of they stay in the relationship and some of them come here and then all of a sudden it becomes complicated. I'm not judging, that's what I heard from those people's mouths. It's interesting to like kind of see and watch what's happening because news travel fast around here. I mean, we're all kind of like interconnected, and then if someone knows something, other people will probably know it too sooner or later. And although I'm not a huge fan of like going from one person to another, it's good to at least have the option, you know?
Okay. Yes, there is a hookup culture. It's confirmed. I don't mean necessarily from my personal experiences, but from what I've seen around me, how things work. There were so many things that happened, to be honest, but I feel like it's more fun now after, because for some reason I was the person that always knew things. Either people would tell me, and then I was friends with another guy that also was kind of like a gossip guy, and so then we even talked like every week. We literally got together and we were talking about like the updates that we know. And now it's cute to see maybe there are some couples that stay together or things that developed after Erasmus ended. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 61. Look at the sun! University here does not exist. I've been trying to write some papers, read some readings, do things for university these last couple of days, but I just can't. I feel like in general, like the system of teaching and studying is different here. Like back in Madrid, I feel like I used to have a lot more like assignments and projects during the semester, whereas here I feel like I don't have to do as much, Or maybe I should, but I don't. But I'm honestly really scared for the final exams because I feel like those might be a lot more hard. But I don't know, whoever I talk.
Honestly, the exams in the end, I don't think they were that hard. Obviously, there was the one that I failed. I'm not gonna repeat the whole story again, but I was scared because obviously I didn't know how it works. I've never studied at that university before, but I think in the end I did quite well and it wasn't as horrible.
They also say that they've been struggling with like studying and doing things for university, being productive. There's just so much to do here all the time.
You really, when you're in Erasmus, you don't give a shit, excuse me, about the university. I'm sure there's people that do because maybe they choose the specific university for some specific reason. But for me, I didn't care where I was going. I picked the university based on what it looked like and also because I've never been to that country and that city. That was all. And I just wanted to hang out.
That I just feel like university does not exist in this world. I just need to get out of this slump because I don't want to fail anything, like any classes and courses. But for the love of
that I just
can't force myself to be productive with the university stuff and assignments and work. Please help.
I think this was around Easter, maybe before, I don't remember it, but everyone literally was struggling. I was doing the updates quite often at this point. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 66. The Easter break is almost over. We had a vacation for 2 weeks and it was the weirdest thing ever. Seriously, there was nobody here. Everyone was traveling around, visiting their family. It felt kind of lonely all of a sudden because you're in a community of people that you see every day, and all of a sudden everyone left. Didn't do any of that because I felt like it's not worth going home. If I was like, guys, where are you going? Let's stay here. I wanted to stay here and enjoy the place, enjoy the people, even though the people were gone. I had one day when I was really sad, feeling really weird, and I didn't really know why. And I think it was because for the first time in a long time, I was just on my own by myself with my thoughts. The only good thing was that the kitchen was always kind of clean, like no dishes left anywhere, but it was so quiet. Usually when I go into the kitchen, there's always people, there's stuff happening, and this time it was just me by myself all the time. But now slowly but surely people are coming back and it reminds me of how fun it is here. Like I almost forgot. I think tonight we're going out, we're gonna party, have some fun again. I mean, I did have fun over Easter, like don't get me wrong, but I was just mostly trying to force myself to do university stuff and get some sleep. I miss the people so much. And then I think we did kind of like a welcome back party and we were all together again and it was the best.
My thoughts on Erasmus Day 72. One thing Belgium is teaching me is to always be
having
prepared
a bag
and
on
never
me.
take any weather for granted. 1 second it could be 25 degrees, perfect springish summery weather, and then the next second it's like pouring raining, but like crazy raining. Maybe it's just like the April.
How accurate this is. Literally, it changed based on seconds and minutes. Like really, it was sunny, everything was perfect, and then you turn around and it was pouring, but really like pouring raining. It was crazy. Like you had to carry your sunglasses, your umbrella, and windbreaker all at the same time on you at all times.
May weather in general, because one Belgian friend told me that in May it could snow, it could hail, it could also be the perfect summer weather, everything all together in just 1 month. And then it's kind of difficult to like kind of make it work together with university because I'm thinking, okay, this day I'm gonna focus on my assignments, my uni stuff, but then it's perfect outside and I'm like, I want to go outside, I want to spend the day in the sun, in the warmth. But honestly, it's kind of fun because you never know what to expect. It always catches you in some unexpected times. Yesterday I went grocery shopping and I was going inside the store. It was sunny, there was a blue sky outside, and then when I was paying at the cashier and wanted to go outside and go home, it was pouring raining. But then I waited for a minute or two, all of a sudden it stopped raining again. It always keeps you on your toes.
That's what I said. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 84. Something's wrong. I don't know what's happening. What's wrong? But my brain is just so confused. I feel so out of place. Maybe it's because I took like a allergy medication this morning, like a really strong one after a long time because it's been affecting me a lot and I didn't want to. Oh, the allergies were the worst and I didn't know what to do because if I was taking them I felt a little bit better with the symptoms, but I was exhausted. And then when I didn't take them I was still kind of tired from all the blowing my nose and what was the other? I think my eyes were watery. Any medication because it just makes me so sleepy. But I woke up this morning full on stuffed nose, scratched throat. So I was like, I need to take some. And it was the most difficult to distinguish if I was sick or I was just having allergy reaction. Working, like I feel so much better physically, but then I also feel like there's this like cloud over my head. I wanted to go to class today, which I had from 10 to 1, but I thought it's from 1 to 4. So I went there at 1. Nobody was there. I was so confused. Then I called my friend and she was like, yeah, well, it's too late. Also, today is the last day of April. Like, tomorrow is May. Where is the time going? I was panicking. Food is the only thing right now that's making me sane. This is so good. I've recently started buying like frozen pain au chocolat or croissants and then bake them at home fresh. 100%. They were so good. Day 97. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 97. I've been here for some time now, so I was thinking I could do a little culture shock video. I thought about it today and I've already written down 5 things. Let's get into it. Belgians are quite tall. I think I kind of expected it, but even like the girls are very tall, which for me is a big change because I study in Madrid and the people there are not tall at all. They are also very loud, especially when they're drinking. I live on a street when there's these few main bars. I sleep with the window open, obviously, because I want good air to come in, and they're so loud and wild, I can't tell you. They do dress up really nicely though, especially today. I noticed in my class that the girls were dressed up, looks very like casual but also professional, and I think even the guys dress up really well. Belgian students go home every weekend, and when I say every weekend, I mean every weekend. Apparently it's even rude to not go home, and they call them like this lost and wild child. So during the weekends, Antwerp is actually quite calm. One last thing I noticed right the first day I arrived is bikes are everywhere. Like, watch out, seriously. We have this big intersection around the corner, and I remember the first day me going there with the 2 25-kilo suitcases constantly. I was like, oh my god, someone's gonna run me over. And also even the like kind of motorbikes or like Vespas go in the bike lanes. Like, I don't know why, but that's really weird to me and like dangerous maybe. I mean, I guess the people here are used to it. I'm curious to see if I discover some other ones, but these were the biggest ones I've noticed so far living in Antwerp for 3 months. I don't remember if I discovered anything else. I think this summed it up pretty well.
These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 107.
Oh my god,
we're in the hundreds now. Also, as you can see, I'm in a different environment, and it's because I'm home. It's insane. I'm home only for like 4 days because of a work thing that I had to do, like a training. I had to go home. There was no other way. So I was like, okay, let's do this. And I planned like so many things in these just 4 days. My friends from Belgium are coming today. Actually, now they're at the airport. They're flying here. I'm gonna see my family. I already saw my best friends yesterday.
It's so strange being home.
Weird feeling because I was so scared to go because I didn't want to like leave the people in Belgium, but now that I'm here it feels like I put my life on pause in Belgium. At the same time, it's weird to like message with them through WhatsApp and like me being here and them still there. At the same time, I feel better than I thought. I think it's just because I'm super busy. I've already been with my best friends, which obviously makes me feel great, and I know that it's not forever, that it's just now in these 4 days that I have to do everything, and then again on Sunday I'm going back. I don't know, life is so weird sometimes.
I was all over the place because I didn't have time. I wanted to do everything in those 3-4 days home, and I had the guys coming. It was a lot. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 111. I'm pretty sure I just failed a class, and it's okay. I don't even know how to explain this whole thing. Basically, I took a class that I shouldn't have. I was forced because I took another class initially, but then they decided not to teach it this year, so I took another one, and honestly, I didn't like it at first, but I didn't have time to change it really, so I just stuck with it. It was the biggest mistake of my academic life. I kind of failed the exam willingly because I knew that even if I put a lot of effort in and I would study, I probably would have failed, and I was content and okay with my decision. But it's really hard for me because it's never happened to me. I always push through. I always push myself so hard to do everything, to succeed and whatever. So failing, oh god, I'm getting emotional, and not because not because of what I'm saying there, but I just looked around at my room. Oh my, stop this. No, this wasn't the plan. I'm just looking around at the room that I had there, and it's taking me back. Entirely is such a weird and uncommon feeling for me. And as much as I try to not let it impact me and affect me, it still does. And I know that I'm not stupid for like failing this class. I know it's just not for me, but it still makes me think that maybe if I would have done more, I could have gone through this successfully. Technically, nothing should happen. There should be no consequences because I have enough credits. I have other classes. That's why I actually decided to just let it go. And I learned that I will never ever take a philosophy class ever again. And failing is a part of life is what I said. I cut it off. I don't like philosophy. That's the conclusion. Day 120. Oh no, I'm crying. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 120. We are nearing the end. I just came back from my second to last exam. I hope it's fine. I hope I wrote enough to pass. And honestly, these last few days or even a couple of weeks, we've all just been studying, not going out that much, not seeing people that much. And it's just so sad because we only have more or less 3 weeks left. Some people are even gonna leave earlier. We're all talking about the dates of when we go back to our countries. I get so sad these days, to be honest. I'm gonna miss these people so much. Even now, talking about it, I really try not to think about it too much. Just enjoy the last few weeks that I do have here. But it's so hard because I know that I will feel really, really sad and bad when I go home. I've truly met I was so sad. One of the best people here I was a part of, or am. Let's not do this, come on. It's just, I have the best community here, people that really support me. And it's gonna be really tough letting all of this go. We're planning one last big party to get together, celebrate, and say goodbye. I'll try to enjoy these last few weeks as much as I can, just hang out with people, which is a little bit difficult because of exams, but we'll make it work. And I will really try to not be sad now, but later in the summer when I'm at home. I did not achieve that. I was sad there, and then when I came home, I was kind of fine. More thoughts on Erasmus Day 127. I'm done with all of my exams, all of my classes. I had my last exam 2 days ago. It was an oral one. I hope I passed. Now I'm free. It's so strange though, because all of a sudden all of this responsibility just falls off. And I'm like, what do I do with my time now? But luckily my 2 best friends were here visiting me. It was amazing. I mean, one is still here because she's leaving tomorrow. We've had so much fun together because it's our honestly last big hangout, all of us together for some time, because one of us is going to be traveling a lot, and it's been amazing to have them here. They've integrated into my friends and community so well. They've been enjoying it so much, and we've been reading so much. That's the one thing that I'm so excited about. Now that I don't have classes and exams, I can read so much. I can finally edit more videos, but it also comes with a sadness because Erasmus is coming to an end really, really soon. Some people are already leaving. Now we have the last 2 weeks to hang out, have fun, and say goodbye. You know, it's good to look back at this, because on one hand I wish I could transport myself back to those days and enjoy it again and just live it again, but on the other hand I'm relieved that I'm okay now, because back then I remember it was really difficult for me to imagine myself being happy again, because I was so extremely happy there, the happiest I've ever been, seriously. And then I was like, how the heck am I ever gonna be okay again after this? And it's just different. Obviously, I'm not as happy on daily basis as I was there. It's not such a high every day because I am living a normal life again. I am happy though. Don't get me wrong. I was literally talking to my mom yesterday and I was like, Mom, I can't explain this, but I'm so happy. But yeah, I really couldn't imagine back then. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 138. I think this might be my second to last video of this series. I have more or less 2 weeks left, but this week almost everyone is leaving. These past few weeks I've been kind of sad and thinking about leaving, having a hard time with it. And now this last week it's fine. I feel like if I left right now I would be okay, but I know that it's just in my head. In reality I would be sad, and I know that I will. So it's a weird limbo moment right now, also because I'm done with exams but my friends here are still studying, so it's a weird combination. We're going out a lot, almost every night, and it's difficult because I honestly push myself over the limit just because I know that I'm leaving very soon. So I really, really want to push myself, go out every single time so I don't miss anything. And also, as in a week this is gonna be over, and so I'm really, really tired because we go to bed at 4 a.m. every morning. This was kind of replica of my first weeks there, because yeah, we were going out every day because someone was always leaving. We knew it was the end and we really didn't want to admit it to ourselves. It's a lot. Also, I'm finally wearing summer clothes because this week it's supposed to be around 28 degrees. I can wear shorts and tank tops again. Now it finally feels like summer. Maybe I was. Day 145. Here are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 145. Saying goodbye sucks. I've been doing this for the past week and a half, and I only know that the most hurtful and the toughest people are to come. Nobody prepared me for this. I think I've seen some videos of people on the internet of leaving Erasmus and whatever, but I never fully seen the experience explicitly. I have one last full day with the people here. I'm really not emotionally prepared at all. It's just a constant thinking now about leaving and saying goodbye and how I'm gonna feel in a few days or in a few weeks when I'm just home and without the people. I was so scared of getting home and being almost depressed, but luckily I wasn't. Thank God. And it's funny because, like, a person here, like one of my friends who was so excited to go back home to his hometown and whatever, and he always says he doesn't miss people and stuff, and now I feel like he's taking it the hardest, which really shows how amazing this whole thing was. Okay, I think this is the last one. These are my thoughts on Erasmus Day 152. My hair grew out so much. It's my last day. I'm about to leave. As you can see, the empty bed here and packed stuff. It's really weird. I've had, honestly, the best of the best times. It feels weird to leave, but at the same time, like, I spent the last weekend here with my family when none of my friends are here anymore, and we went to all of the places that I loved here, and I was able to, like, say goodbye, which was tough, but now I feel better. I feel ready. I think also because I spent the time here without my friends, it's like if I go home, it's not like I'm gonna miss anything. It's really weird. It's really weird. I'm gonna miss all the people, the place. So I recommend to all of you who have the chance to go in Erasmus, go, because it's amazing. It's a once or maybe twice in a lifetime experience. I don't think anything can replace that. Like, any other experience will measure up to this. And honestly, I just hope I get over the post Erasmus blues and that I will be happy again. I am happy again. It's very different in comparison to there, but it was so fucking worth it. This was like a whole Erasmus run through and recap of my 5 months. It's just really kind of like an inexplicable feeling because it's like this, I don't know. It's like if you've had a cube and all of these memories and moments were encapsulated in there, and you just have it here and you can like look at it, but it doesn't feel like it really happened. You can't really talk about it with your friends from home or your family because they don't understand it. I mean, you can talk to them about it, but like I said, they're not going to understand and they're not going to be able to relate. I guess luckily I still talk to some of the people from Erasmus so we can relate to each other and talk about it, and think about the moments back there. It's crazy. It's Oh my God, I just realized it's gonna be a year since I left to go on Erasmus. It's October now, and I left beginning of February, which I mean, it's still like at least 3 months or 4. But oh my God, what? And it's gonna get worse in the future. I'm gonna be like, yeah, 5 years ago I went, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And I'm honestly really happy that I captured these moments. I made videos and pictures and Polaroid pictures and analog pictures and everything because I really, really want to remember this forever. And that's a wrap up. Again, if you have the opportunity to go, go. I wish you could experience what I experienced, or not exactly what I experienced, but you just could have this nice experience. There's no synonym for this, really. So I'm gonna keep saying that word, and I'll see you later. Bye.